sort of back again. I know that I keep promising to be posting more often, but things are just crazy just now. The website is just about live. I've started my other channel. If anyone would like to go and support me on my other YouTube channel, you can go to How to Hen. I will link in the description box below. This has left me with not a huge amount of time for ASMR, which makes me sad. I'm not even listening to it as much anymore because by the time I get to bed I'm just so tired, so I'm going straight to sleep. But nevertheless, I am here. I've managed to find a little bit of time, and I'm going back to a request I had a long time ago for tying different ways to tie a headscarf. So I'm going to use my old reliable square silk scarf. Just grab it. Because when I watched other videos for ways to tie a headscarf, a lot of what they were doing was using headscarves that were similar to this in that they were large square scarves. And this one really is getting worse for wear now. What it means is you put it in a triangle like so, and it allows you to use it for a bunch of different styles. So without further ado, let's start the styles. So the first one was, I think, called the Chic Pirate. I will link in the description the lovely YouTuber who gave me all these ideas, whose videos I found because I have no idea how to tie a headscarf. She had some really excellent styles, so I will post that in the description. Her hair is also very different to mine, so I think the idea being sort of go like this over the front, and then you tie at the back. And then you tie again. Trouble is I tend to get my hair caught in the knot. I have too much hair. So then I think that's the idea. I can just have a little bit of hair. Well, I don't have a little bit of hair, I always have a lot of hair. And then I think naturally it slightly sits to one side anyway. Like I think it naturally slides to here. So that's quite a nice fit. It's not too snug. It's not too tight or too loose. It's doing its absolute best to keep my hair out of my face, but not very well. I think I'd have to maybe pin a bit just on here. Probably swoop it back and pin it just there. But it's fairly comfortable. I think if I were to lean back too far, it might slide right off my head because I have so much hair. I think I'll move on to the next one now. Should I untie this? Yeah, okay. Here we go. Okay. So something very similar, I think, was the Crazy Pirate. So I think that was the same thing again. I'm gonna take this triangle. I'm gonna go here, but this time, instead of tying behind, I'm gonna take both ends and I'm gonna go together. So, and then another, I think, another knot, just to keep it in place. And then I think all these sort of bits that are draped down here, I think they just sort of sit to the side with your hair. I always find these ones really alarming. It's not quite the right word, but because my hairline is suddenly not visible at all, I could almost have a middle parting, and I can't imagine myself with a middle parting. But I do love all of these sort of draped, hippie style bits, just sort of blending into my hair. There's definitely something very piratey about this one. I like it. I'm not sure when I could wear it in everyday life without people assuming I was dressing like a pirate. But maybe if it was less red and black, very, like a more piratey feel than if it were another colour. I like this one. Yeah, let's take this one out. The next style was a sort of turban. I'm going to see if I can remember all the steps properly. I'm not going to tuck my hair into it. I'm going to leave my hair out of it because I think that will be slightly easier. Okay. Smells good. I don't know what I've been washing it with, but it smells great. Okay, so instead of flipping my hair forward, I'm just gonna leave it all back here. And then we're gonna take the scarf. We're gonna go so I have now this long piece for my forehead. So if I remember correctly, you take these two long pieces and you bring them up and tie them twice. And adjust. So I think the next stage was to tuck these in the sides. Like so. Take this. Ooh, I don't have any hair. Take this front part and roll it in, tuck it somewhere, I'm not quite sure where. Oh, into these parts. Oops. I think there's already too much scarf for this to work effectively. Okay, so something like that, although I can't help but feel that this front section is a little bit too thick. I wonder if maybe I was supposed to fold this part first so that it was able to hold it in place, you know. I can see this being very glamorous for, you know, a lady of old Hollywood. I think I have far too much hair for it, because what's happening is that when I put my hair back like this, if I lean backwards, you can see that it slides up and these unroll. So probably not one that I could wear all that much. However, the technique is not so different from what I use to pin curl my hair. if you haven't seen it, I have another ASMR video where I pin curl my hair and I put it up in this scarf to sleep in overnight. I'll try and link that as well. If not at the end of the video, then in the description box. I think even if I were to get some of my hair, tuck it in, it would be, it just doesn't stay. It wants to slide right up and off, unfortunately. There you go. I'm gonna untie it from here. Okay, so the next one requires me to put my hair in a bun. So let's do that. I've got my little bottle here. I think just a sort of medium low bun is what she said. So so not necessarily a perfect bun with lots of little stray hairs, but that's okay because I think that's just what's going to be covered by the scarf anyway. So it's quite similar, I think, to the pirate, but we're going to tie behind. So the long edge goes over my forehead and the point goes over the bun. So we have a lot of hair, and then I need to tie both ends to secure. The key then is to take the long ends and tie them. One around and underneath. The same. And this way. And then you're supposed to pull the top back ever so slightly just to get a little bit of hair. And that's a lovely bit of colour showing now, isn't it? Okay. Yeah, I like this. So this could be particularly useful for when you just want everything to be out of the way. I think I would find this quite useful if I were painting, because even when my hair is in a ponytail or back in a bun, I get, you know, wispy baby hairs and things that fall out of the bun and they end up get a tiny bit of paint on them, and then you get the paint on your face and everything else. So this really feels like it's got all of my hair so well contained. It's not too tight, it's not too loose. I like this one. This is much less boho than the crazy pirate one that I liked, but it feels more chic and more tidy, and I feel I never really wear my hair back or up. I'm very much a hippie chick and I like to have my hair down all the time, but when your hair is back like this, it really shows off more of your features. I think it always highlights your collarbone and your neck and makes you look more regal and more elegant. Both of which I am considerably not. But it's nice to feel that way. Okay, I have one more. This isn't going to be a hugely long video today, but I have a little bonus one, or two in one as it were, that I'm going to use a different scarf for. So I'll take this one off. That does smell great. Okay. It's really funny. This was my grandma's scarf, which if you are a regular of my channel, you'll know already. She gave this to me a long time ago, before she died, and she died, it must be 15 years ago now, maybe more. And I've used this scarf in a lot of videos, and this is the very first time it's ever smelled like her. I've had it a long time, I've used it lots, I've washed it lots, but for some reason today it smells like her perfume. I have no idea why, but that's really interesting. Okay, last one. I think what I'll do for this one is keep my hair in the bun until I've tied it, just to make my life a little bit easier, because my hair's a bit wild. And then once it's tied, I can undo my hair. So this one is not a big square. The video that I was watching when I was learning these did use a big square scarf and just folded it up so it was a band. That seemed like a lot of work. So I decided to use a scarf that was already quite thin and long. It may well be too long for this purpose, but I'm sure we will see. I'm going to fold it in half. And then the folded half across my head. That might be too thick again, so I might fold it in half again. So we have something like this. Felt more difficult than it needed to be. But there we go. Tie it here. Like so. And then again, just to secure. Now, I think this is the main benefit of using the big silk scarf. Because the ends taper to a point, you don't get quite as much volume in these ends like this. So I don't think I can realistically leave it like that. So one of the other styles in the video was to make this into a knot so that you take the ends and you tuck it sort of around and under. Let's see on this side. Like so. And then I think this requires my hair to come out. And you can sweep some of it around to the side. Almost looks like a little flower in my hair. So this is probably my least favourite of all the ones we've done. It's not my own personal taste. This is too big for me, I think. And I just really like this sort of bohemian vibe of the big scarf and the tapered edges. So I'm going to finish on this one. And I hope that you've learned something and that you're not too disappointed if this wasn't your request or not quite what you were expecting, but I just thought a little bit of a change from the masking. And I'm sure I'll be back to it in my next video. Again, I will do my best to post more on this channel, but I definitely will be posting more, if it kills me, on my How to Hen channel, because that's what I'm using to drive people to my business, to my website. While I haven't had my official launch party, my website is technically live. If anyone would like to see it, you can go to www.howtohen.com and support me in my new endeavour. But in the meantime, guys, I hope that you are feeling relaxed and soothed that you are ready for whatever today has in store for you, even if that's just a really good night's sleep. Okay. So I'm just going to count you down so that you're ready.